It's the day before we leave for a holiday. I'm so excited. Everything in the house is taking on a new meaning. It's like the last bath before we go. It's like we're going to use up all the food in the fridge before we go, all that sort of stuff. And speaking of which, I'm about to knock up a use it up breakfast. Let's see what we've got to use up. Mushrooms, tofu, peppers, more mushies, green beans, carrots, broccoli. Just going to have a think. There's a problem with me and tofu. The problem is I can't stop eating it when I'm trying to cut it up, and so right, restraint, Imo, restraint. You'll spoil your appetite. There we are, that's what we're having with spuds, which I'll probably somehow fry them all in together. I haven't decided how yet. Somebody's a bit excited about going to Spain. I fished Izzy's out, and that's mine in there, but I've added chilli and lemon and more soy sauce to mine. Izzy can't tolerate spicy stuff, and she certainly can't tolerate lemon. Nope, sets your skin off, doesn't it? Nope. It's about time I started to think about the packing, isn't it? Have a look at this. This is my packing app that I have on my iPad. It's really, really handy. They have like templatey list things, but you can totally customize them and make your own and then save them as a particular list, like for a particular holiday. For instance, me and Izzy went to Albufeira last November. The vlogs from that are all up on our channel, but be warned, that was my first camera and it looked like this. Ta-da! Meet the GoPro Hero Session Original model. Very handy, however, very, very, very shaky footage, and I hadn't realised, because I was so inexperienced at the time, I hadn't realised how shaky that footage was going to be, so that was quite a feat of editing, and it's still a bit shaky, but they are there if you want to see what we got up to on our last holiday. There's about 8 videos in a playlist. I'll tell you what, I'll stick them at the end of this video, you can have a nose, but they are terrible, I warn you. Right, let's see what we took to Albufeira, and we can use that as a guide. So you can put your items in and how many of each you want in there. They come in different categories. This is the clothes category, toiletries, toys. Oh, she had 3 particular toys she wanted to take last year. You know, gadgets, crafty thingies. Anyway, we want to start a new list from one of my lists. Yes, please. I might go for this Lisbon one actually, because that's somewhere else that had a washer dryer. Okay, let's call it Spain 2017. So here's the list already. Now I just need to modify this one. Okay, so I've updated that, but look what you can do. So there's Izzy's list with the little box at the side there, so I can give that to her and she can go on upstairs and sort that out. When she's finished that, she can give that list back to me and I can check all the boxes then on the actual app itself, and it'll let me know if I've forgotten anything. Right, I'm going to actually do mine now. I should probably wash up before I do mine. Then it'll all be ready to start. Yeah. And I've done that now. Hopefully I'll try not to generate too much more washing up between now and departure next morning, tomorrow. I'm going to start my packing now. Got me list. This is my enormous case that we're going to share. Me and Izzy have got an allowance of 20 kilos between us. Well, actually, we've got 40 kilo allowance between 3 of us, if you include my other half as well. So probably be okay if we go a little bit over, as long as we give him a ring and ask him to weigh his and make sure it's within the 40 in total. Sorry, I was just fiddling with my fluffits then, that wasn't a good idea. Every year that we go away, it seems like the list of things gets lighter and lighter and lighter, weight-wise, with the increase of technology. When I used to go away, like in 2003 or something like that, I'd have these heavy video cameras, massive chargers, I might have a portable DVD player or something. Were they invented then? Maybe they weren't quite, I don't know. Anyway, but you know, tech, big solid cameras, books, maybe DVDs or something like that. But now you've just got it all on an iPad and a smartphone, haven't you, or a laptop. You just don't need all that bulky stuff. It's fab. It's much easier to travel light these days. You can even have ebooks. It's great. Okay, I've done my clothes. Relatively compact. Takes up about a third of the suitcase so far. I was standing here trying to fathom out how many tea bags our friends are going to use in their remaining 3 and a bit weeks they've got left in Spain. They reckon they're going to get through quite a lot. Izzy's done her packing here. Looks like Santa's sack. Okay, this does seem a little excessive. We are taking 500 tea bags abroad with us. We'll give them a box, and then we'll use up what we use, and then we'll leave them what we don't use when we go. That's the plan. We're coming on, look.
No, this is what you have to do.
I'm starting to get onto the nitty-gritty bitties now. Great news is we have lots of delicious things to eat up, including this lovely soya cherry yoghurt. It's really nice. It's the evening. I got totally sidetracked and didn't finish packing. But we have to use up all the leftover vegetables in the fridge, and I'm going to get Izzy to invent a meal. Come on then, you. Come on. Oh, she's all excited. Right, have a look in the fridge, see what there is.
Okay.
We're going to invent a meal out of whatever's in there. Potatoes could probably last until we get back. Yep, they definitely need eating. Pepper.
Broccoli, yummy. I love broccoli.
Green beans, okay.
What else are we going to
What else? So we've got carbohydrates for energy. We got, well, there's protein in the tofu, but you're not having any, so I would recommend you have an alternative form of protein.
Tuna.
Tuna. I would say not to make a great deal because we don't want to have leftovers tomorrow.
That's what we need. Let's get cooking!
Okay.
I'm so excited!
Oh my word. Izzy prefers to wear vinyl gloves when she's cooking because the slightest bit of food or liquid on her fingers just makes them itch wildly. Did you find them?
Hold on. There's a good bit coming up.
I missed it. Vinyl glove power.
No, it's just, you know, in all those movies where like the cowboys get ready, they just go. Yeah.
Sort of like that.
Yes.
Can you tie your hair back? Otherwise we're going to have an extra ingredient in the dinner and it will be your hair.
No.
I think it will.
Oh, we moustache hair.
Moustache hairs? You haven't got a moustache.
You all have hair there. Most of it's just so little we can't see it.
That's it, shake the drips off. So far we've got garlic and peppers sauteing in the pan. We got some pasta cooking away. That's actually not on the boil. It isn't great, it's going to probably all stick together. But never mind. I got garlic juice in a cut, which didn't feel too good.
Ooh.
Dinner's shaping up nicely. Yeah, she's done a good job, hasn't she? Looks very green and healthy. I've given her the job of putting the rubbish out. That's what she's doing right now. She's never actually done it before. I don't know why it's never occurred to me to ask her to go out and just put it outside on the pavement. Done? Successful? We decided to put the tuna in with the pasta in the end, didn't we? Like tuna pasta. And then we'll serve up our veggie mush with that. So use it up pasta looks like it's going to be quite nice. We're going to do our usual Sunday night thing of vegging out now in front of old Doctor Who episodes whilst scoffing. Tomorrow's our big departure day. We're not going right to Spain tomorrow. We are going to be breaking our trip and having an overnight stay in a travel lodge between here and the airport. And we are very excited. So we're going to have a nice cosy early night in the travel lodge tomorrow. I think we're probably going to go to a noodle bar or something like that quite early on in the evening and then get in and have a nice warm bath and go to bed early. That would be really cool. And then the next day we're going to Spain. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!